Bitcoin Core GitHub repository is here. GitHub.com/Bitcoin/Bitcoin. The first Bitcoin is the GitHub organization. You have to have an organization on GitHub to store repositories under. It doesn't mean that there's just one organization that controls Bitcoin, but for the sake of GitHub, you do need to have a GitHub organization. So this is the Bitcoin organization, and then the Bitcoin Core repository is here. So /Bitcoin/Bitcoin. Now, depending on your experience of contributing to software projects, both open source or closed source, you may find it a little daunting and not know where to start, right? So there's a bunch of directories here, a bunch of files here. There is a README, and it's quite easy to find the installation instructions there under doc, and then, like, depending on your operating system, build OS X for macOS. So it's quite easy to find installation instructions, but in terms of trying to learn about the codebase, starting off, yeah, it can be a bit daunting and you're a bit unclear where to start. So what was set up back in 2019, I think it was the first one, May 2019, was this Bitcoin Core PR Review Club. And the site for this is bitcoincore.reviews. And this was set up to help people learn about the Bitcoin Core codebase, help them, I suppose, upskill or start on their journey to providing value to the Bitcoin Core project, specifically focused on reviewing, right? So going to one of the pull requests that are open. There's 292 pull requests open. It's April 26th, 2023. So yeah, I mean, how do you pick a pull request to start looking at when there's 292? It's difficult if you have no clue what any of this means. The labels are helpful, so you can kind of see whether it's tests, whether it's GUI, which is the graphical user interface, whether it's more brainstorming, like a concept or whatever. But yeah, 292 pull requests, very difficult to know where to start. And then even if you open up a random pull request, what do you do then, right? How do you start looking at it and start trying to assess whether that pull request, whether that proposed change to the code base makes sense? So yeah, Bitcoin Core PR Review Club. Every week there's a pull request selected. Today is a Wednesday, so there will be a pull request. There will be a PR Review Club later today. If you click on the meeting, the pull request they're going to be covering today is 27460. It's adding an import mempool RPC. You click on the pull request and you can see the description of the pull request. You can click on files changed to see which files have been changed in this pull request. So that is an example of a pull request that can be covered in PR Review Club. A bunch of resources here on how to attend, how to join the conversation. So this link will give you guidance on attending your first PR Review Club. If you want to look back on the last 3-4 years of PR Review Club meetings, it's done very well to continue for all that time. Hopefully it'll continue for a lot longer. Yeah, they're all here, so you can go to any previous one, and then there will be a meeting log of the conversation around that pull request. And in advance, the host of the meeting will create some questions, some topics of conversation. So yeah, Larry will be hosting the one today, and there's a few questions. Did you review it? The review comments on Bitcoin Core follow this concept ACK, approach ACK, tested ACK terminology. Concept is you think the idea is good, approach is you think the way they've tried to implement it is good, and then you can, if you've reviewed the code and the code does what it set out to do, then you can ACK the code and perhaps run the tests or play around with the tests to give that final ACK. But yeah, it does make sense to go to a bunch of these meetings before you start commenting on pull requests, because there is quite a steep learning curve, and ideally you don't want to add noise to pull requests. If you really have beginner questions, it's much better to attend some of these meetings and kind of start your learning journey on how the project works, on how pull requests can be reviewed, etc. Is there anything else? So yeah, there's a bunch of links here that are really helpful. There's, as I was talking about, the concept ACK, approach ACK, code review ACKs. There's that link, which is a document in the Bitcoin Core repo, and a bunch of resources for new contributors here that are all worth a read. It's on IRC, which can be a little burdensome to join and to set up, but there is a link here which if you click on you can very easily join the meeting. Nick is just the identity that you want to be broadcast whenever you message within the meeting. So I'll just say to be deleted for the nickname. I'm going to join the Bitcoin Core PR Reviews IRC channel, and so yeah, I mean that's very, very easy. It's like a 2-3 click process, and it will start later today. That's 17:00 UTC. So yeah, just to write a message. Let's not do notifications, just do a message. You can just say hello, I will be joining later, and then press enter, and then that will, I won't do that just so I don't waste people's time responding, but yeah, very, very 2-3 click process to join the IRC channel so that you can actually contribute to the conversation. Is there anything else I should cover? I don't think so. I mean, there's a ton of great resources hidden in all the previous PR review clubs of the last few years. So if you search by, I think by component is the most useful label here. Consensus is the most high risk, and there's the most like heated discussion on consensus changes. So they happen very, very rarely, but things that can go through more easily are, say, GUI changes, P2P. There's a lot of P2P pull requests that have been covered in the PRV club over the years. RPC. And tests. Tests is a really good place to start because functional tests are written in Python, which is an easier language for a beginner than C++, which most of the code base is written in, and also quite low risk, right? The worst you can do is introduce a bug in a test that not only will be most likely identified pretty quickly, but you're not actually introducing a bug that will cause people to lose funds in the main repository. So yeah, ton of resources on this site, but yeah, I mean, with a new weekly meeting on a new pull request every week, just join a meeting, and basic questions are more than encouraged, because this is a learning initiative, and the goal of it was, when it was set up, and continues to be, helping people learn about the Bitcoin Core codebase, helping them upskill so that it can add value in the review of open pull requests on the project, and yeah, who knows, longer term perhaps get funding to be like a long-term contributor on the project, if that's something that aligns with your goals, or aligns with the skill set that you want to refine over the months and years. So yeah, attend the Bitcoin Core PR Review Club. It's going to be later today. It's Wednesday, 26th April 2023.